dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound. The future is here. The future.
According to Chijike Unduke, a 30-year-old Nigerian, youths in Nigeria have played no significant role in poverty alleviation because most young people are already in poverty and its burden can be very heavy. He said poverty alleviation programs are carried out by government in a much politicized way, making the gains impossible to reach the actual beneficiaries. As the leaders of tomorrow, therefore, it is important for youth to be involved before any significant change can occur. There is the need to get them equipped with the right tool of education, which can in turn help them to create new ideas and opportunities to stimulate intellectual thinking, innovation, and promote literacy, as well as promote vocational skills aimed at reducing poverty and emancipating youths towards role-taking.
Poverty is endemic in our society, and to eradicate it, the only way we have to go about it is empower the youth, since they constitute the larger population, in Nigeria. So we're saying you empower them, and the kind of empowerment we're talking about is the vocational empowerment, whereby we train them in some vocational skills, and once they're done with this training, we help them to get started. That way they can start making some money for themselves and they can be self-independent. Also, we have a financial coach which is going to be training them on money terms, because they have to know that, well, we have to separate our capital from our profits and things like that. So that's exactly what we are trying to do at Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative.
The launching of the Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative, a non-governmental and not-for-profit making organization in Osun State, was therefore described as timely, as it will go a long way in eradicating poverty and empowering the teeming youths.
It has been quite an interesting one. Ranat has been my friend for a couple of years. So sometime last year, she called me up to tell me that she had this dream and passion for youth empowerment for the longest time. She ran the idea by me, as at that time we were both in the United States studying. And I told her that I didn't think it was possible. I mean, we were there studying in the United States. We didn't have any idea of when we would be coming back. The people who majorly wanted to help were in Nigeria. So I told her to give me some time to think about it. She told me she had spoken with some other people. By the time she called me back, I had moved to China for further study, and I told her it was totally impossible, but she was able to persuade me. I was able to see a little bit from her point of view, and we decided to give it a shot. We had to make use of a lot of technology, the internet, social media, because I was in China, she was in the United States. A couple of our other team members were all over the world. Some were in Nigeria, some were in the UK, some were in Asia. So we had to make use of the internet, the social network, so as to yes, and that has been extremely helpful, because through that medium we were able to develop the basic structure for what we have now. So the idea really started with Rama Aderoye, but she was able to sell the ideas to the rest of us, the team members.
Highlight of the program was a lecture titled "The Role of Youth in the Development of Nigeria," delivered by Mr. Adeola Austin Oyinlade, a United Nations Ambassador for Peace, who spoke extensively on the need for today's youth to develop the art of discussions and debates and create new ideas propelled by strong will to achieve desired goals without being deterred by challenges.
As a Nigerian youth, I want to be a problem solver and social engineer. It's true we have so many issues, poverty everywhere. At a governmental level, there has been a series of initiatives, projects to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. It appears it's not really working. Maybe to some degree we feel that probably the sole responsibility of the government to do some of these things, and every day most people talk about government has not done this, government has not done that. We have no reason to be poor in this country. We have no excuse. We have resources. I think the problem we have is a politics of distribution of wealth that's really affecting us adversely. But as far as we youths were concerned, we need to be very innovative, very ingenious about approaching this issue of poverty. Issue. One, at first you understand where your strength lies and your weaknesses. You understand what you actually want to do in life and work towards it, self-development, and making sure that you don't do what ordinary man on the street is doing, because you have to take bold step. You have to acquire more knowledge in the area where you want to create wealth for your own self and for the country. So it is about personal position, personal determination, that this is what I want to do, this is area sector I want to go in, acquire enough skill that is required to be on top of what you want to do in that sector. And in that sector, you will not only make profit for yourself, but you also create wealth for the community.
Osun State Governor Mr. Rauf Aregbesola, represented by his Special Advisor on Youth, Sports and Social Needs, Comrade B. Odunlade, commended the initiative of the founder, Ms. Rahma Adenioye, and our team, saying the state government will support the program as it fits into one of its 6 integral action plan, which is to banish hunger and poverty.
All hands must be on deck to promote youth development everywhere in the world. The efforts of these young people, the NGO, to add to the promotion of youth development, especially in the area of empowerment, is highly laudable. And we have identified with this program, and the governor of the state of Osun will support any initiative that has to do with youth development and empowerment. So it's a wonderful initiative. I will support them. We are so happy about it.
The launching also featured a drama sketch from the students of Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin, with its message hinged on providing viral leadership in youth through sensitization, awareness, inspiration, and drive for national development.
Because I heard that it's gotten it outside. I'm really happy. The two of you will enroll and you will succeed. I am
I made some money today. No, my friend. It took me to one thing that yes, I made some money today. In fact, I worked very hard. What is it?
My son, this is not the job for you.
Poverty is that stigma we must carry.
Self-employment on the other.
Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative is an avenue for life transformation.
With places like Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative, our motto can certainly begin.
And we can always have joy and smile all day.
And together we can make our society a better place. Thank you very much.
President, Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative, Rahma Adenioye, a United Nations resolution project, described our passion for youth development, poverty alleviation, and empowerment as a product of our determination to influence positively with actions geared towards gradual removal of the prevalence of extreme poverty, which she said has led to seeming endless vicious cycle of deplorable living conditions of most Nigerians.
Empathy. So I'm listening to use welcome address again. I welcome you just distinguished fellowship of Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative. The short form is YIII is on the same page as organization, having long realized the demographic dividend for life in the strength and size of the youth. Owing to its foresight and determination to blaze its will in ensuring that government impacts positively on the lives of the people, especially the youth. From the People Center, it is our hope that the activities of youth of our organization will steadily progress from this ancient town, starting from this blessed day, to other states in the country. Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative is a non-governmental and not-for-profit organization. Our organization is proud to work to rewrite the history of Nigerian youth for better. The organization is therefore set to embark on training the youth vocational skills, starting with through the provision of World Research Vocational Skills Program. We intend to challenge headlong the ever-growing monstrous unemployment industry. Our vocational skills programs are well tailored to suit the needs of the target community. It is implied here with the Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative shall simultaneously be empowering the youth while bridging the skill gap and seeking emerging skills. In the overall, we intend to provide broad leadership in youth emancipation for national building. Third, since youth as defined constitute about 50% of the world's population on an average, building the capacity of and creating sustained partnership with young people will only remain a crucial strategy in national building. The youth represent our hope for the future and have the greatest potential to push for the realization of the Millennium Development Goals for 2015. The Holy Prophet Muhammad told us that none of you is a true believer until he works for his brother what he works for himself. Similarly, the Bible encourages us to love our neighbor as ourselves and be our brother's keeper. This is also written in the Yoruba culture, where it is believed that Kapo will people and that Agbajo will appreciate, meaning there is much benefit in teamwork. But first, the award mentioned, we became resolute to make sacrifice in order to effect the change that we all desire. We are working with the main goal of reducing extreme poverty and hunger among Nigerian youth, since they constitute the majority of the Nigerian population. It is also important to state at this junction that our determination to champion the much desired change is further strengthened with the support coming from the resolution project in the United States and of course the partnership with the state of Osun. In completing this address, I would want her to please consider the thought of helping humanity or sharing these lives with me.
Ms. Rahma Adenioye's address was followed by launching of the initiative, where special guests took turns to donate and pledge their commitment to support the project.
I work in the rural area, I work in the youth, and I make a promise as a veterinary doctor and want to contribute by training the youth in the heart of poultry farming and other restaurant industry. Thanks to our program to improve the restaurant industry is corporate.
What were the reactions of dignitaries who graced the event?
A very good development coming from a youth and from a female youth, for that matter. In a situation in the world, in a society where so many youth think of negativity, seeing this kind of initiative gives one a very high level of hope that Nigeria tomorrow will be better. And I'd like to commend the NGO, the organizers, and encourage them. They should not relax. They should ensure that they forge ahead and ensure that they cover the whole country, get into every household, and be a desired change agent so that Nigerian society will be better for it.
for young people. It's time our youths know that people are thinking about them and they can even do some thinking themselves. This program was initiated, the project is being initiated by youths. I met the initiator today for the first time, but we've been communicating since September, since we won the resolution award, and I got to know, we're exchanging emails. Her dad is a professor, an indigenous of Moshun too. So we've been, talking. Sometimes she will call me, sometimes I will call her if need me. And we've been working, and we realized that there's a need for young people to even arise themselves. You cannot dwell on the fact that this environment is bad. You yourselves must make efforts to change. So you find them that I tell them you should learn to be like a tea bag. It gets into water, it changes the flavor of water, it changes the color of water. But when you want to be a carrot, when you put hard carrot inside hot water, it becomes soft. You put soft egg inside hot water, it becomes hard. Why? Must you be conditioned always by your environment? You too can make a change, and that's the message. They're taking that they're ready to make a change, and they're going to do a lot of work.
I'm the area of adult and non-formal education, and one of the culture there is interaction with people and working at the community for the purpose of empowerment, because what we call life improvement skills, people need to acquire it so as to be able to engage themselves rather than waiting for government employment. And as an adult educator, my mentor, Professor Michael Emera, initiated me into working with NGOs, both national and international. And today we have people in the rural areas who we are empowering with literacy, with life improvement skill and income generation activities. So I think by the time he started developing his idea, and I just chip in some information about what I think she should be able to do, that like need assessment before you embark on the type of what you want to do. And when she was preparing her proposal, I chip in some areas like this income generation activities, picking some life skills like tie and dye, interior decoration, just mentioned to them as guide, to her as guide, and she was able to develop the proposal and presented it before the United Nations, and then she won this L'Oreal award, which finally brought her to Osun State government attention, and they gave her recognition and agreed to host the program for her, and that's what you have seen today.
We used to say that the youths of today are leaders of tomorrow. If the youths of today do not know what they expected of them to do, then we are going to have bad leaders. And somebody said, if the head is rotten, what do you want of the tail? So that's why I said I'm emboldened by their thinking, and thinking start before doing. So I'm saying that with what they are putting in place, they should be supported. And it's the initiative that young people are moving up so that they can be able to say that we are there and we are doing this for ourselves.
It's a fantastic idea this intellectuals team have really put up. I really need to commend their efforts for coming together, see it as a vocational area where they can train decorators of houses, tailors, barbers, soap makers, to mention a few. It will encourage people to utilize their natural talents and to ensure that it is not all white collar job. You can sincerely have the academic knowledge and be dependent on your own by ensuring that you engage perfectly with what people utilize directly. Everybody on daily basis take his bait.
We have to enlighten others in our own area, in our own town, so that there be improvements on the lives of our youth in Nigeria.
Intending beneficiaries spoke on their expectations of the exercise.
I really enjoy it and it's so wonderful. I'm expecting glory and happiness from it, because if I enter this program that they want to, I know that will be so okay with me.
What do you intend?
I will intend to join the program, to join the product they want to do. Interior decoration. Because I like it and I want to know more about it.
Ètò yẹn ṣe àwa ọ̀kan tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ní ọ̀rọ̀ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Orí prógráàmù náà mo ti gbé láàrin ẹni náà ti múra mi pé torágbà tí ò kẹrù sọ̀rọ̀ akẹ́tàn sáré. Bí ẹ̀ máa ń gbọ́rú àǹfààní báyìí tí ò bá bóde báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ rí táǹfààní ẹ̀ balẹ̀ tán ló jẹ́ kẹ́mi náà àfojúsùn mi ni pé mo fẹ́ kópa nú ẹ̀.
Conceived since year 2007, Youth for Intellectual Interaction Initiative came into the limelight after the president, Ms. Rahma Adenioye, represented Nigeria at an annual Youth Assembly of the United Nations in August 2012, along with other 700 participants drawn from across the world. She was asked to pick a problem faced by Nigerians and propose a solution to tackle it. She chose poverty and proposed a systematic empowerment scheme, and her entry was adjudged the best and was asked to implement the solution in her country. These won her the Fellow Honor of United Nations Resolution Project.
Nigerian youth, we are the strong arm of this society. We have the energy, we have the strength, and we should take advantage of the global trend to be very innovative and ingenious. Let's look at where our strength lies. Let's look at our discipline. Let's make sure we have targets, the blueprints we are working towards. Then let's make sure we acquire the information in that particular sector we are going into, so that we don't just sit down and want to do something and we don't have the relevant information to record emphatic success in that field. And while we are doing that, we are working towards that without being distracted. Because we get distraction, maybe the kind of support we need to get to the top is not there. We should overlook that. The least we should be expecting from people is what they will do for us. But what should be on our mind is nothing will stop me from recording a vertic success here. Immediately you are working towards it and you overlook distraction that serve as others, definitely you will get to the top, and it will be your contribution for self-development, community development, and international development. That's why we made a reference to examples of people that have, they have their blueprints, they work towards it to serve as role models for Nigerian youth.
We have our eyes on the youth because they constitute the larger